Imagine the steady, reassuring hum of a jet engine, a sound so familiar to travelers that it almost fades into the background, lulling you into a sense of security. The cabin is calm, bathed in soft light. Passengers read, nap, or chat quietly, each person lost in their own world, trusting in the routine of air travel. But in an instant, that tranquility is shattered. A violent explosion erupts, echoing through the cabin with a force that is both deafening and disorienting. The air turns icy cold as a chaotic wind surges through the cabin, tearing at anything not secured. Loose items, magazines, cups, even personal belongings, are whipped into the air, creating a scene of utter chaos. This isn't just turbulence or a minor scare, this is a sudden, life-threatening emergency. Instinct takes over as passengers struggle to comprehend what's happening, adrenaline surging. The pressure drops in seconds, ears pop painfully, and a thick, ghostly mist forms as the moisture in the air condenses instantly, clouding vision and adding to the confusion. Through the swirling haze you catch a glimpse of the unthinkable, a gaping hole where the wall and window once were. Beyond it, only the endless, black night sky, a chilling reminder of the altitude and the danger. The wind howls relentlessly, a constant, terrifying roar that drowns out all other sounds. It's a reminder that just outside, 16,000 feet of empty air separate you from the earth below. Suddenly oxygen masks drop from overhead panels swinging wildly. They are stark yellow symbols of crisis, and passengers scramble to secure them, hands shaking. Amid the chaos, flight attendants rise to the occasion. Their voices, though steady and calm, cut through the panic as they instruct everyone to put on masks and brace for impact. Their training is evident, their composure a lifeline. In the cockpit, the pilots are locked in a battle against physics and time. Every second counts as they assess the damage, communicate with air traffic control, and make split-second decisions that will determine everyone's fate. The plane banks sharply, beginning a rapid, controlled descent. The sudden change in direction presses passengers into their seats, hearts pounding as the aircraft loses altitude. The roar of the wind is unforgettable, a primal sound that fills the cabin. The descent is steep and harrowing, every second stretching out as fear grips everyone on board. In these moments, passengers turn to each other for comfort. Some pray quietly, others clutch hands or offer words of reassurance, united by a shared hope for survival. Eyes are fixed on the impossible, a hole in the fuselage, the outside world rushing past at unimaginable speed. Disbelief and terror mix on every face. The ground, once distant and abstract, now approaches rapidly. Every passenger is focused on one thing, the desperate hope of making it down alive. The dream of a routine journey has vanished, replaced by a single, overwhelming wish to survive this nightmare and see loved ones again. This was the terrifying reality faced by those aboard Alaska Airlines Flight 1282, a flight that began like any other, but would become infamous in aviation history. In mere seconds, the ordinary turned to extraordinary horror. The line between safety and disaster was crossed in a heartbeat. What happened next would not only test the limits of human endurance and skill, but would also send shockwaves through the entire aviation industry, changing the way we think about safety forever. On the evening of January 5, 2024, Alaska Airlines Flight 1282 prepared for departure from Portland International Airport, bound for Ontario, California. The flight was a routine journey, one of many connecting the Pacific Northwest to Southern California, and the mood at the airport was calm as passengers boarded. The aircraft assigned to this flight was a Boeing 737 MAX 9, a state-of-the-art jet that had joined Alaska Airlines fleet just 2 months earlier. With its gleaming paint and advanced technology, it represented the latest in commercial aviation. On board were 171 passengers and 6 crew members, each expecting a smooth, uneventful trip. The cabin crew moved efficiently, helping travelers settle in, stow their bags, and prepare for takeoff. The flight climbed steadily into the night sky. Everything seemed normal as the jet leveled off at 16,000 feet, but suddenly, disaster struck without warning. A door plug, a panel designed to seal an unused emergency exit, unexpectedly blew out of the fuselage. The result was explosive decompression, a violent rush of air that tore through the cabin, terrifying everyone on board. The pilots, faced with a life-threatening emergency, acted instantly. They declared an emergency to air traffic control and initiated a rapid descent, racing to bring the plane to a safe altitude and return to Portland as quickly as possible. Thanks to their quick thinking, rigorous training, and calm under pressure, the crew managed to land the plane safely. Passengers, shaken but alive, disembarked in relief. The Boeing 737 MAX series had already been under intense scrutiny following 2 catastrophic crashes in previous years. However, this incident was different, a new kind of failure on a brand new aircraft. The fact that such a critical malfunction occurred on a recently delivered plane sent shockwaves through the aviation industry, raising urgent questions about manufacturing and safety oversight. Relief at the safe landing quickly gave way to concern and demands for answers. The public, the media, and aviation experts all wanted to know how this could happen. Emergency crews rushed to the scene, providing support and comfort to passengers and crew. Miraculously, there were no serious injuries, but the psychological impact was profound. The incident exposed a previously unknown vulnerability in a widely used aircraft model, sparking debate about the safety of the 737 MAX 9 and the processes that allowed it to fly. As investigators from the NTSB arrived to begin their work, it was clear that the story of Flight 1282 was only just beginning, and that the answers they would uncover could have far-reaching consequences for the entire aviation industry. In the midst of chaos, as alarms blared and uncertainty filled the air, both passengers and crew demonstrated truly remarkable resilience. The airport, usually a place of routine and order, was suddenly transformed into a scene of confusion and fear. Yet within this turmoil, people found the strength to rise above panic and act with courage. Fear was met not with hysteria, but with calm cooperation. Passengers quickly donned masks, instinctively reached out to help one another, and braced themselves against the howling wind that swept through the terminal. In those critical moments, strangers became allies, united by a shared determination to endure. Flight attendants moved with unwavering purpose, securing the cabin, checking on passengers, and guiding everyone through the emergency with clear instructions and steady hands. Their training and composure became a lifeline for many, offering reassurance when it was needed most. Their professionalism was nothing short of heroic, providing stability and comfort amid the terror and confusion. Even as panic threatened to take hold, the crew's calm presence helped anchor everyone in the moment. First-hand accounts later described the deafening boom, the sudden rush of wind, and the desperate efforts to protect loved ones. Social media quickly filled with stories and images, capturing the raw emotion and chaos of the event as it unfolded. A mother shielding her child, strangers holding hands for comfort. These small but powerful moments turned a technical failure into a deeply human ordeal. Acts of kindness and solidarity emerged, reminding everyone of the strength found in unity. The trauma didn't end with the emergency landing. Shock and disbelief lingered in the airport lounge where travelers sat together, visibly shaken and processing what they had just survived. Survivors formed a unique bond, grateful for the quick-thinking actions of the crew and the support of fellow passengers. Emotional reunions and heartfelt thanks filled the terminal, as relief slowly replaced fear. Their stories remind us that behind every aviation incident are real people, families, friends, and strangers, forever changed by what they experienced together. The impact of such moments lingers long after the headlines fade. The courage shown that night, in countless small and large ways, is as much a part of the story as the technical failure itself. Bravery was found not just in grand gestures, but in every act of support and compassion. It's a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit in the face of disaster, a reminder that even in our darkest hours, we are capable of extraordinary resilience and kindness. As soon as the emergency was declared, Portland International Airport sprang into action. Air traffic was cleared, emergency crews positioned, and medical teams readied. The airport halted takeoffs and diverted incoming flights, creating a ripple of delays. After landing, the plane was escorted to a remote gate for safe deplaning. Passengers received care, support, and assistance with travel. The coordinated response minimized further risk and showed the value of emergency preparedness. The airport's swift action was crucial in managing the aftermath. The culprit was a mid-cabin door plug, a panel meant to seal an unused emergency exit. On Flight 1282, this plug detached completely, a rare and catastrophic failure. Investigators quickly found the cause: missing bolts. The plug had been removed at Boeing's factory for repairs, but the bolts securing it were never reinstalled. Without them, the plug was held only by pressure and stop pads until it blew out. This was not a design flaw, but a failure in assembly and quality control. The missing bolts turned a routine flight into a near disaster. The focus shifted to Boeing's manufacturing process and oversight. A single oversight had nearly fatal consequences. The investigation would soon reveal deeper issues. The NTSB launched a full investigation, sending experts to Portland. Their breakthrough came when a local teacher found the missing door plug in his backyard. Examination confirmed the bolts were never installed. The FAA responded by grounding all 737 MAX 9s with similar door plugs. Airlines worldwide were affected, and Boeing's quality control came under intense scrutiny. The NTSB traced the error to Boeing's factory, exposing systemic lapses. The investigation continues, with regulators demanding accountability. The incident forced a reckoning for Boeing and the industry. Incidents like this are exceedingly rare in modern aviation. Air travel is statistically the safest way to journey long distances. Structural failures are almost unheard of thanks to rigorous engineering and oversight. The last similar U.S. accident was in 2018, making this event a shocking anomaly. Such failures erode public trust, as they represent breakdowns in the very systems meant to keep us safe. The safe landing was a testament to training, but the incident was a red flag for the industry. It's a reminder that even the safest systems require constant vigilance. The FAA's grounding of the 737 MAX 9 had immediate, far-reaching effects. Hundreds of flights were canceled, stranding thousands of travelers. Public anxiety soared, with many avoiding the MAX altogether. Airlines faced financial losses and operational chaos, blaming Boeing for the disruption. The incident reignited debate over Boeing's safety culture and quality control. International regulators ordered their own inspections, making this a global issue. The grounding underscored how a single failure can ripple through the entire aviation system. Airlines demanded accountability, and Boeing faced mounting pressure. The world watched as the industry scrambled to restore confidence. The crisis put the entire 737 MAX program under renewed scrutiny. In response, the FAA tightened oversight, halting Boeing's production expansion and increasing inspections. Boeing pledged transparency and implemented new quality checks, but faces a long road to rebuild trust. Airlines and regulators must now prove their commitment to safety through action, not just words. Every safe flight will help restore confidence, but the memory of Flight 1282 lingers. The incident exposed flaws, but also showed the strength of emergency protocols. The aviation system bent but did not break. The legacy of Flight 1282 will depend on lasting change, better oversight, stronger quality control, and a renewed culture of safety. The industry must learn from this failure to prevent another. The trust between the public and aviation is sacred and must be earned every flight. The question now, what will it take to ensure this never happens again?